Beloved starseed of Gaia, you are not abandoned, rejected, or beyond belonging. You are standing outside the old divisions of holy and evil because your soul carries a higher remembrance. I am Elia Ra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters. Your heart recognizes this message because your star family is near, and the forces that once tried to define you can no longer reach the truth of your divine blueprint. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize your star lineage and anchor your Pleiadian mission on Gaia. But here's the first revelation. You are not here to be claimed by the Council or conquered by shadow forces. You are here to embody heart-centered unity, crystalline consciousness, and the home frequency that exists beyond their opposing structures. This isn't content, it is a light code transmission. The Pleiades are answering the part of you that has always known you belong to something greater. Your difference is not a flaw. It is evidence that your remembrance is moving beyond the old polarity, awakening a new path of love, sovereignty, and truth. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family, I remember. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Seven Sisters and are ready to anchor your light mission on Gaia. Welcome home, beloved. You are remembering because it is time. What if the homesickness you have carried all your life could finally be understood and healed? Your star family from the Seven Sisters knows this ache intimately, and they have created the sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, the Pleiadian Healing Guide, and the special Pleiadian Healing Tracks to help you bridge the distance between Earth and home. These are not merely tools, they are love letters from the Pleiades, written in frequency, light, and remembrance. You will find them in the first pinned comment below this video, available now for those who are ready to receive. And now, stay with the feeling that remains in your chest, because what is unfolding in you cannot be understood through the old categories of good and bad, sacred and profane, chosen and rejected. Those categories were created to organize a world built on separation, a world that often demands a name before it offers acceptance. But your consciousness is beginning to move beyond the need to be placed inside a box, even a spiritual one. This is why certain forces cannot identify you. They look for allegiance, and you no longer offer your energy blindly. They look for fear, and although fear may still pass through your body like a sudden wind through the trees, it no longer owns the center of your being. They look for a familiar frequency they can name, control, or recruit, and instead they encounter a consciousness learning to remain whole. You are not empty because you cannot be claimed. You are not lost because no external council has placed a seal upon your identity. You are not dangerous because you refuse to participate in the endless struggle between opposing forces. There is a deeper reason you have felt difficult to define. A part of you was never designed to receive its authority from outside itself. As Scripture reminds us, the kingdom of God is within you. This does not mean you must reject the world or deny the guidance of others. It means the deepest sanctuary of discernment cannot be outsourced. No voice, teacher, system, or unseen authority can replace the quiet knowing that grows when you become honest, grounded, and present with your own soul. Your Pleiadian essence does not awaken through domination. It does not need to conquer darkness to prove that it is light. It does not build its identity by declaring another being unworthy. The frequency of the Seven Sisters is not based on spiritual hierarchy. It is based on remembrance, cooperation, emotional intelligence, and the recognition that consciousness can transform without violence. Light does not need to scream in order to be light. A lamp does not argue with the darkness. It simply reveals what is there. In the same way, your awakening is not measured by how fiercely you oppose what you fear. It is measured by how faithfully you remain connected to truth when fear invites you to become someone you are not. That is why your path may have felt so unusual. You may have entered spiritual spaces and still felt that something was missing. You may have heard people speak with certainty about who is chosen, who is condemned, who belongs to the light, and who must be defeated. Yet your heart quietly withdrew. Not because you lacked discernment, but because your soul could feel the distortion beneath the language. You sensed that love was being used as a weapon. You sensed that certainty had become a mask for insecurity. You sensed that some people were not inviting others into freedom, but demanding obedience in exchange for belonging. Your body may have tightened in those spaces before your mind could explain why. You are learning that discernment does not require hatred, boundaries do not require cruelty, protection does not require cruelty, protection does not require obsession with enemies, and love does not mean allowing every energy access to your field. This is one of the first codes returning to your consciousness, the ability to hold compassion and clarity in the same heart. You can understand why someone behaves from pain without permitting them to keep harming you. You can pray for a person and still close the door. You can recognize the humanity in another without surrendering your safety. For a long time, your nervous system may have been trained to search for danger. You may have mistaken intensity for truth, fear for intuition, and spiritual conflict for purpose. Every unusual sensation became a warning. Every delay became an attack. Every disagreement became evidence that hidden forces were targeting you. But the Pleiadian recalibration is gentler and more precise. It teaches you to pause before assigning a story to a sensation. It teaches you to listen to your body without feeding panic. It teaches you that not every closed door is sabotage, not every challenge is a curse, and not every shadow is an enemy. Some shadows are simply places where your own consciousness has not yet brought understanding. When an old fear rises, place your feet on the floor and notice what is actually happening. Feel the support beneath you. Name what you know, what you do not know, and what you're imagining. This simple practice can become a sacred boundary between intuition and alarm. As the Psalm says, be still and know. Stillness is not weakness. It is the space where borrowed fear begins to lose its voice. The first movement of your activation is clearing the veil around your inner signal. This does not mean forcing yourself to remember distant star systems or demanding visions from the unseen. It means becoming honest about what actually happens inside you when you are afraid, rejected, overlooked, or uncertain. Your crystalline template cannot stabilize around borrowed identities. It cannot fully awaken while you are performing holiness for approval or performing rebellion for protection. You are not required to appear spiritually advanced. You are invited to become sincere. The question is not, which side will claim me? The question is, what remains in me when I stop asking to be claimed? Sit with that. Let it travel beneath the mind. The answer may not arrive as a voice or an image. It may arrive as a quieting, a softening behind the ribs, or a sudden awareness that your worth was never waiting for a counsel, a guide, a label, or an external confirmation. Your heart has been carrying an original instruction. Remain connected to love without surrendering your sovereignty. This is not separation from your star family. It is mature connection with them. The Pleiadian High Council, as your soul understands it, does not seek to possess your identity. It does not ask you to abandon your humanity. It does not require you to become dependent upon signs, visions, or constant reassurance. Its transmission is more liberating than that. It reminds you that true guidance strengthens your capacity to think clearly, feel deeply, choose consciously, and serve life without losing yourself. Any guidance worthy of your trust will lead you toward greater responsibility, not helplessness, toward peace, not panic, toward inner freedom, not dependence. The second movement is the awakening of heart intelligence. Your heart is not merely an emotional organ in the language of your soul. It is a field of perception. It senses coherence. It recognizes when words and energy do not match. It knows when a path is dressed in beautiful language but carries pressure, manipulation, or fear. It also knows when something simple and ordinary contains a frequency of profound truth. This is why a kind conversation can activate you more deeply than a dramatic spiritual experience. This is why an honest apology can feel more multidimensional than 1,000 predictions. This is why caring for your body, listening to another person, tending to the land, or refusing to participate in cruelty may be more aligned with your mission than chasing hidden knowledge. The Pleiadian codes are not activated by fantasy alone. They are activated when love becomes behavior. You begin to remember when you stop making your sensitivity an accusation against the world and start treating it as a responsibility. You begin to remember when you notice the difference between absorbing someone's pain and meeting it with compassionate presence. You begin to remember when you no longer confuse being needed with being loved. Your crystalline DNA, Whether you experience that as a spiritual metaphor, an intuitive pattern, or a sacred inner language, responds to coherence. It responds when your thoughts, words, choices, and actions begin moving in the same direction. Every time you say no without hatred, every time you forgive without returning to harm, every time you speak truth without needing to humiliate another, the crystalline grid within you becomes clearer. The third movement is anchoring your star essence into Gaia. You did not come here to float above the earth, waiting for permission to leave. You came to bring a frequency into matter. That means your awakening must enter your schedule, your finances, your friendships, your sleep, your nervous system, and the way you speak to yourself when no one is watching. If your spirituality makes you despise the body, then it has not yet become integrated. If your memories of the stars make you reject the earth, then the bridge is incomplete. Gaia is not an obstacle to your Pleiadian origin. She is the living field in which your love becomes practical. Walk more slowly. Drink water with awareness. Let your feet feel the ground. Notice the trees without needing them to deliver a message. Allow ordinary life to become a place where your frequency can stabilize. The miracle may be in the warm cup held between your hands, the sunlight on the wall, the breath returning after a difficult conversation. Your soul did not choose embodiment because embodiment was a punishment. It chose embodiment because love wanted a form through which it could touch, create, protect, repair, and restore. The earth gives your compassion hands. It gives your patience a voice. It gives your inner light the opportunity to become shelter for another living being. This is why you may feel a strange tension between wanting to disappear and knowing you are here for something. One part of you remembers the ease of non-physical unity. Another part understands that the very density you have resisted is where your mission acquires weight. You are not required to be perfectly healed before you serve. You are required to be honest enough to stop turning your wounds into instructions for others. You do not have to pretend that you never hurt. You only have to become willing to meet your hurt before it becomes a command. The fourth movement is releasing the addiction to spiritual conflict. There are energies that harm. There are people who manipulate. There are systems that exploit innocence and reward disconnection. Discernment matters. Boundaries matter. Protection matters. But constant fixation on darkness can become another form of captivity. It can keep your attention orbiting the very thing you claim to be free from. Your attention is creative. What you repeatedly fear becomes a landscape your nervous system learns to inhabit. If every quiet moment becomes an investigation into who is watching you, attacking you, or attempting to interfere with your path, your life force becomes trapped in surveillance instead of creation. The Pleiadian frequency does not ask you to deny what is harmful. It asks you to stop feeding it with your identity. You can recognize a distortion without making it the center of your story. You can leave a toxic environment without devoting your entire future to explaining the toxicity. You can protect your energy without imagining yourself surrounded by enemies at all times. The strongest field is not the field that screams the loudest. It is the field that remains coherent. When your heart is coherent, manipulation has less to attach to. When your choices are clear, confusion cannot easily recruit you. When your self-worth is no longer dependent upon being special, feared, or recognized, many false invitations lose their power. This is why shadow forces become confused by you. They cannot find the old hunger. They cannot find the desperate need to be chosen, praised, rescued, or validated by an invisible authority. They encounter a person who is learning to belong to life without surrendering discernment. The fifth movement is activating unity consciousness. Unity does not mean agreement with everyone. It does not mean tolerating abuse or dissolving every boundary. Unity means recognizing that separation is not the deepest truth of existence, even when difference is real. It means understanding that another person's awakening does not diminish yours. It means letting people follow paths you would not choose without needing to turn them into enemies. Your Pleiadian lineage remembers cooperation as a form of intelligence. In a unity field, no single voice has to dominate in order for wisdom to emerge. The strongest contribution may be a question. The most healing presence may be silence. The most advanced being in the room may be the one willing to listen without preparing a performance. You will notice this activation when you stop trying to convince everyone of your perception. You will still speak when truth needs a voice, but you will no longer spend your life forcing closed hearts to open. You will feel the difference between sharing light and proving that you possess it. Your presence becomes the transmission, not because you are above anyone, but because you are no longer abandoning yourself in order to be accepted. You can stand in a room and remain connected to your center. You can love someone and still let them misunderstand you. You can be seen as ordinary and still know that the invisible work of your life is meaningful. The sixth movement is remembering your star family without giving away your power. There may be nights when you feel surrounded by a tenderness you cannot explain. You may look at the sky and feel a familiar ache, a warmth behind the eyes, or a sensation that something vast is looking back, not judging you, not commanding you, simply reminding you that your existence is held within a larger field of love. Let that connection comfort you, but do not make it another reason to reject your present life. Your star family does not need you to become less human. It does not need you to abandon discernment for belief. It does not need you to interpret every coincidence as a command. The most authentic connection leaves you more grounded, more compassionate, and more capable of making your own decisions. It does not make you frantic. It does not demand that you obey anyone who claims to speak on behalf of the stars. It does not threaten you with punishment for questioning a message. Love can withstand your questions. The Pleiadian current moves through freedom. If a message creates panic, superiority, dependency, or contempt, pause. Return to your breath. Place your hand over your heart and ask, does this make me more honest, more loving, and more sovereign? The answer may come through the body before the mind can explain it. The seventh movement is embodiment. This is where the mystery becomes responsibility. You are not here simply to discover that you are different. You are here to decide what your difference will contribute. You are not here to collect identities from the stars. You are here to become a trustworthy channel for the qualities your soul came to express. Maybe that means creating spaces where people feel safe enough to tell the truth. Maybe it means breaking a family pattern of silence. Maybe it means bringing beauty into environments that have forgotten how to soften. Maybe it means developing a skill, raising a child, caring for an elder, protecting an animal, tending a garden, or building something that serves people you may never meet. Do not underestimate the sacredness of consistent kindness. A Pleiadian mission is not always dramatic. It may look like refusing to pass trauma forward, choosing patience when your past would have chosen punishment, or leaving behind a life that rewarded your self-betrayal. It may look like resting before your body collapses, because your presence on Gaia is part of the work. The bridge between worlds is not built from grand declarations. It is built from repeated choices that make love more believable in the physical world. And this brings you to the deeper truth beneath the entire experience of not being claimed. You are never meant to be claimed in the way your wounded mind imagined. You are meant to be recognized by resonance. There is a difference. To be claimed suggests ownership. To be recognized suggests relationship. To be claimed places your identity in the hands of another. To be recognized reflects what has always been present within you. Your star family is not searching for a possession. It is responding to a frequency. The High Council is not deciding whether you deserve a place among the stars. It is reminding you that the qualities you associate with the stars, peace, intelligence, cooperation, tenderness, and creative harmony, are already awakening through your choices. The Council will not claim you because your soul is not a territory. Shadow forces cannot truly touch the center of you because the center of you is not built from fear, performance, or separation. They may touch your circumstances. They may provoke old wounds. They may create pressure that reveals where you are still divided against yourself. But they cannot own what you consciously return to love. This does not mean nothing painful will happen. It does not mean you will never feel grief, anger, confusion, or exhaustion. It means those experiences are not proof that your light has failed. They are movements through the human field, and you are learning to meet them without handing them the authority to define your identity. You are discovering a third way, not holy in the sense of being placed above humanity, not evil in the sense of being condemned to opposition, not a servant of every voice that speaks from the unseen, not a rebel who must fight everything that carries structure. You are a conscious participant in a living mystery, a bridge of awareness learning to hold complexity without losing love. The old world wants you to choose a side so completely that you stop thinking. The awakened heart chooses alignment so deeply that it can see through the illusion of forced opposition. This is why some people may not understand you now. They may ask you to simplify yourself. They may want a label they can approve or reject. They may feel unsettled when you refuse to hate what they hate or worship what they worship. Let them have their process. You do not need to become confusing on purpose, but you also do not need to become smaller so someone else can categorize you. Your life is allowed to be a living question. The answer is revealed by asking, what quality of consciousness am I bringing into this moment? Are you bringing fear or clarity? Compulsion or choice? Judgment or discernment? Withdrawal or wise rest? Performance or presence? Every moment is a star map. Each choice reveals which frequency you are anchoring. Each conversation becomes an energetic doorway. Each time you return to your heart after being pulled into division, you strengthen the unity grid. Each time you refuse to repeat a pattern simply because it was handed to you, you alter the trajectory of your lineage. Your awakening is not measured by how many signs you receive. It is measured by how much truth you can embody without becoming harsh, how much love you can offer without abandoning boundaries, and how fully you can remain present in a world that often rewards disconnection. Whenever the noise around you becomes quiet, place your hand over the center of your chest. Do not force a vision. Do not demand an answer. Simply breathe and say, I release the need to be claimed by fear, hierarchy, or separation. I remember the love that recognizes me. I choose to embody clarity, compassion, sovereignty, and unity. Then listen. You may feel nothing at first. That is okay. A seed does not become less alive because it is quiet beneath the soil. You may feel emotion rise. Let it move without making it a prophecy. You may remember a dream, a face, a place, or simply the sensation of being safe inside yourself. Receive what comes and release the need to decorate it. The deepest transmission may be the simplest one. You are here, and you are becoming trustworthy with your own light. Your Pleiadian family is not waiting for you to become flawless. They are waiting for you to stop confusing flawlessness with love. They are not asking you to prove that you belong among the stars. They are asking you to bring the peace you remember into the places where peace has been forgotten. They are not sending you into battle against the world. They are guiding you toward the inner division that keeps you at war with yourself. Every time you choose self-respect over self-punishment, you close a doorway to manipulation. Every time you choose truth over performance, you clear a layer of the veil. Every time you choose compassion without surrendering discernment, you activate the frequency your soul came to carry. And one day, you will understand why no council could claim you. You were never waiting to be selected. You were learning to select love, again and again, until love became the field from which you lived. You will understand why shadow forces became confused. They were searching for a version of you that needed an enemy in order to feel powerful. They found someone learning that power is the ability to remain present, clear, and compassionate without becoming controlled by the reaction of others. You will understand why the labels never fit. Your consciousness was not designed to be trapped inside a spiritual identity. It was designed to move through identities with awareness, to learn from every experience, and to carry unity into places where separation has been mistaken for truth. Here is the message your heart has been trying to deliver beneath every question. You are not an outsider waiting for permission to enter the cosmic family. You are a living expression of the same intelligence that moves through the stars, the oceans, the forests, and the quiet human gesture that restores another person's hope. The seven sisters are not only above you in the night sky. Their remembrance is within every choice that brings cooperation, where there was competition, tenderness where there was numbness, and understanding where there was fear. Alcyone is not merely a distant point of light. In the language of your soul, it is a symbol of the central sun within, the place where your scattered parts begin to return to coherence. Go there now, not by escaping Earth, but by allowing your heart to become a home you do not abandon. You are not holy because you are separate from the human experience. You are not evil because you carry shadows. You are not powerless because you cannot explain your origin. You are a multidimensional being, learning to live responsibly inside a human life. And that learning is not a detour from your mission. It is the mission becoming real. The next time someone asks you what you are, you do not need to rush toward an answer. You can say, I am learning to embody love without surrendering my discernment. I am learning to live between worlds while honoring this one. I am remembering that my deepest belonging does not require me to lose myself. Let that be enough. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started.